In today's show, Bitcoin meets Sleepy Joe Biden. I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 things to watch out for the Bitcoin price this week. Also quoting Max Kaiser from the most recent episode of the Orange Pill podcast. Remember, you don't have to believe what we're saying, not even a single word of it. Just believe in Bitcoin because unlike any other movement in history, there is no leader with Bitcoin. Usually movements are decimated because the leader is taken out. And he continues, I'm no more in this movement than you are. If you have just one Satoshi, we're in the same boat, buddy. We're in the same boat sailing to that orange sunshine. Out we go to a better tomorrow. It's orange. It's beautiful. It's bright. I'll be breaking all this down for you in today's show. Also breaking news, the Guggenheim CIO Scott Minerd says speculative frenzy to die down, but his $400,000 Bitcoin price target is still on, which he made late last year. And then he more recently tweeted, Bitcoin's parabolic rise is unsustainable in the near term, vulnerable to a setback. The target technical upside of 35,000 has been exceeded. Time to take some money off the table. Is there a little manipulation going on? Who knows, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were purchasing Bitcoin on that dip. And now he most recently said the $400,000 price I talked about was based off the supply of gold in the world. And crypto in a lot of ways is more attractive than gold. And he goes on to share, in some of our private funds, we've already purchased Bitcoin, recommended it to somebody. If you believe what I said, that it'll go to $400,000 eventually, then 2% of your portfolio will be 20% before this is all over. That's right. I'll be breaking all this down for you in today's show. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, the king of all crypto, Ethereum, and all the major altcoins are back surging and in the green. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right. And turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in trading Bitcoin or Ethereum, be sure to check out the Bybit exchange. You can receive up to a $620 BTC trading bonus absolutely free just by using my referral link as well as the voucher code right down below this video in the description. So let's start stacking those stats, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. We have a lot to discuss, so let's dive right in, shall we? Bitcoin is back in a familiar territory as the week begins after a weekend spent ranging in its new trading corridor above $30,000. Now, with the United States presidential inauguration just days away, Cointelegraph takes a look at what else may be able to shake up the Bitcoin price action. Let's start with the US dollar, which keeps reversing losses. The inauguration of President-elect Sleepy Joe Biden comes as the strength of the US dollar continues to rebound. On Monday, the US dollar currency index, which measures USD relative to a basket of major trading partner currencies, hit its highest level since December 21st. The sustained upside in the dollar tends to mean that the Bitcoin growth takes a breather. This inverse correlation forming a conspicuous pattern throughout 2020 in the event that the Bitcoin/US dollar had little to lose during the latest gains, the majority of which were preserved despite huge volatility. The dollar was likewise unfazed by Biden's decision to spend yet another $1.9 trillion in debt finance coronavirus support, something that was described last week as another multi-trillion-dollar advertisement for Bitcoin by Gemini Exchange co-founder Tyler Winklevoss. And also, analysts still favor the dollar's weakness to continue in the long term. Even traditional market participants continue to eye the extent of the US dollar supply increases, a move which has shocked many into considering Bitcoin as an alternative store value. A currency market is indifferent from any other market. William Dinning, chief investment officer of the UK fund manager Waverton Asset Management, told the Wall Street Journal over the weekend, if there is a lot of potatoes available, it's going to be cheaper. If there is a lot of dollars available, it's going to be weak. Touche. He ain't telling no lies. Nonetheless, incoming Treasury Secretary Janet Biden, I think they mean Janet Yellen, just saying, said that the U.S. will not deliberately aim to maintain a weak dollar for the benefit of trade advantages. Now, the next factor to be on the lookout for this week for the Bitcoin price, stocks need a rest, says analysts. That's right. On the market, stocks showed indecisiveness as the week got underway, having calmed down from Biden's announcement. Asia saw mixed performance, and with the Wall Street still to open at press time, U.S. futures were just a tad higher from Friday. The lackluster gains were curious for some, despite coming the fact that China had delivered Q4 economic growth statistics, which dwarfed any expectations. Go figure. As Bloomberg reported, the world's second largest economy grew 6.5% during the quarter, making it the only major economy to avoid a coronavirus contraction last year. Now, very interesting considering that COVID was engineered in China, right? In Wuhan, markets needed a breather or even a pullback to justify reflationary expectations. Ben Emmons, managing director of global macro strategy at Medley Global Advisors, explained to the publication. And also, Bitcoin continues to outpace any traditional assets in terms of gains in 2021, with correlation trending further and further towards zero for both stocks and safe havens, such as precious metals, as you can see right here on your screen. Now, the next factor to be on the lookout for the Bitcoin price this week is spotlight is on alt season, baby. Let's go. Also taking a breather in recent days is Bitcoin itself. After weeks of intensely volatile trading conditions, investors were treated to a quiet weekend, which also came as a welcome surprise to exchanges. Previously, U.S. platforms Coinbase and Kraken had suffered outages at critical price points, and fellow trading platform eToro last week warned that it may have to limit Bitcoin buy orders should the weekend produce fresh volatility. Can you say Bitcoin shortage incoming in the event things were much quieter than anticipated, thanks to the Bitcoin/US dollar remaining range bound with no real changes up or down? And also we have Michael Van de Poppe, who noted attention was instead beginning to refocus away from Bitcoin towards the alts. In a tweet on Monday, he reiterated the narrative that other cryptocurrencies would begin to take the limelight in the short and midterm. He shared the following on crypto Twitter 6 hours ago. Most likely going to occur at this point is the following: relief rallies all across the altcoin markets, FOMO on altcoins, Bitcoin corrects one more time, altcoins making higher lows and retesting, and Bitcoin grinds up and real altcoins fiesta in the summer. That's right, a glance at the rankings confirmed the beginning of what is popularly called alt season amongst us, with 5 of the top 100 cryptos by market cap posting daily gains of more than 20%. Now, in terms of weekly performance, 7 tokens were up by more than 100%. Ethereum, the largest altcoin, was itself heading towards an all-time high, climbing past 1,200 again after a dip, which saw it at one point lose the $1,000 support. With that, Bitcoin market cap dominance was slipping further on Monday, reaching 66.3% compared to 69.5% at the start of the year, as you can see right here on your screen. Now, the next factor to be on the lookout for the Bitcoin price this week is the price action leaves all-time highs untouched. For the spot market, Bitcoin was steadily decreasing volatility as the week began. The past 3 days saw a narrowing of the trading range within the $30,000 to $40,000 corridor, with a pattern of lower highs and higher lows known as compression taken over. As Michael Van de Poppe noted last week, this is a welcome sign which gives the market time to recoup the strength required for an ultimate breakout of the compression structure. In Bitcoin's case, this should result in a push towards or even through the current all-time highs of $42,000. When do you feel we're likely to break this 42K? ATH, let me know in the comments right down below. Now, considering the longer term, meanwhile, he forecast that in the bull cycle, Bitcoin would reach between $275,000 and $350,000, which I broke down for you in greater detail in yesterday's episode. And his Ethereum price prediction is between $7,500 and $12,500, which he shared on crypto Twitter. And for fellow analyst Philby, meanwhile, there was still a way to go before any forms of significant upwards volatility return to Bitcoin. He's quoted sharing, interesting fractal going on here, turn break 40K and turn into support, and it's a full moon mission. He summarized to subscribers of his dedicated Telegram channel, highlighting a chart structure which may allow a trip to the top of the trading corridor. He's quoted saying, if the fractal plays out, we might pump it to 40K and then retrace, break the diag and turn it into resistance, and maybe we need to play about more in this range. Now, the next factor to keep your eyes out on for the Bitcoin price this week is the fundamentals hit new record highs. Finally, a familiar bull signal returned to investors' radar in recent days, a classic sign that a further upside is in store for the Bitcoin price as the Bitcoin network fundamentals hit fresh new all-time highs. For the hash rate, which gives an estimate of the computing power dedicated to the Bitcoin blockchain, this came in the form of 155 exahashes per second on Sunday. The metric has been on a near constant ascent since the end of December, adding 25 exahashes per second in just the past 2 weeks. Just as bullish was difficulty, arguably the most important fundamental metric for Bitcoin, as it offers an insight into miner health and competitiveness after a 10.8% increase at the last automated readjustment on January 9th. Difficulty hit a new record high of above 20 trillion. The next readjustment is due in 4 days days' time and will add yet another 6%, current estimates say. Now, sustained upside for both indicators has traditionally been associated with price gains, these occurring after a grace period, which can last up to several months. So there you have it. And before I break down the latest quotes from the most recent episode of the Orange Pill podcast with Max Kaiser and Stacey Herbert, and I break down the breaking news here, Guggenheim CIO says speculative frenzy to die down, but his $400,000 Bitcoin price target is still on. But let's first take a quick look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin pumping, trading at about 37,000, up about 5% for the day. We have Ethereum up 3%, trading above $1,240. We have Mist Litecoin up a whopping 9%, trading above $152. And Chainlink, which recently flipped on the Bitcoin Cash market cap temporarily, is now up 6%, trading at about $22. All right, now let's break down the latest from the most recent episode of the Orange Pill podcast. I wrote right here, epic must-see Orange Pill podcast with Max Kaiser, Stacey Herbert, and Nick Carter. Hands down my favorite podcast. Come get your weekly dose. Now some quotes from Max Kaiser. Remember, you don't have to believe what we're saying, not even a single word of it. Just believe in Bitcoin, because unlike any other movement in history, there is no leader with Bitcoin. Usually movements are decimated because the leader is taken out. And he continues, this is the first time in history that I'm aware of where the leader there is no leader, and you can't take out the leader, so I can say any damn thing I want, and you can't accuse me of betraying the movement, because the movement has no leader. Touche. And he continues, I'm no more in this movement than you are. If you just have one Satoshi, we're in the same boat, buddy. We're in the same boat, sailing to that orange sunshine. Out we go to a better tomorrow. It's orange. It's beautiful. It's bright. So there you have it. If you haven't watched this, be sure to check it out by checking out the show notes below the video in the description. All right. And before I break down our next breaking story of the day, Guggenheim CIO says speculative frenzy to die down, but $400,000 Bitcoin target still on. But let's first take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting back above $1 trillion, which I love to see, with 114 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and current Bitcoin dominance at 66.5%. Now checking out the Bitcoin market cap, we're currently sitting at $689 billion. Now checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have the Graph up 40%, trading at 62 cents. Horizon up 29%, trading at $31. Celo up 19%, trading at $2.43. Ocean Protocol up 19%, trading at 61 cents. And OMG Network up 18.5%, trading at $4.11. Now checking out the biggest losers within the top 100, we have Near Protocol down 7%, trading at $2.46. Filecoin down 4%, trading at $24. Avalanche down 3%, trading at $13.29. And Curve DAO token down 2%, trading at $1.53. Now out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 79 in extreme greed. Yesterday was a 79, last week a 90, and last month a 93, all of which is within extreme greed. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, just like Guggenheim was doing, buy the freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. In an interview with Bloomberg Markets on Friday, Guggenheim Partners Chief Investment Officer Scott Minerd clarified his seemingly contradictory views on Bitcoin's potential and revealed that select Guggenheim private funds have invested into cryptocurrency. That's right, Minerd, who oversees Guggenheim's $275 billion in assets under management, called for a sky-high $400,000 price target for Bitcoin in an interview late last year. I'm sure many of you remember that. Easily among the loftiest price predictions from a major institutional head, but more recently said in a tweet last week that the market may be overheated. The about face even prompted some playful accusations of market manipulation. As Minerd said on Friday, however, his long-term bullish price target remains intact, while a bearish pullback may still be on the cards, as he shared right here on crypto Twitter on January 11th. Bitcoin's parabolic rise is unsustainable in the near term, vulnerable to a setback. The target technical upside of $35,000 has been exceeded. Time to take some money off the table. And checking out some of the responses, I like this one from Pierre. Wall Street thinks in quarters, Bitcoin thinks in decades. Lower your time preference, think long term. Touche. And before I break down his most recent updates on his Bitcoin price target of $400,000, first I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 660 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video in the description to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. You can also find me on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes. You can also follow me on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News. Yes, and for those of you active on Facebook, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy with over 17,000 cryptopreneurs just like yourself from all over the world. To join this, click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat, which is uncensored. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, back to the story. One thing we're seeing is a sudden interest in retail. A lot of the crypto outlets are being overwhelmed. They're starting to limit the orders because they can't handle the demand. That's right, we're talking about a Bitcoin shortage incoming. There's just so many signs right in front of our face. One such instance is eToro, who recently warned of buyer limitations starting this weekend. Minerd noted that such strong demand might be a sign of a short-term overextended rally, but the narrative winds are ultimately shifting in Bitcoin's favor. He's quoted sharing, "The other side of that is demonstrating that crypto is becoming much more mainstream. The $400,000 price I talked about was based off supply of gold in the world, and crypto in a lot of ways is more attractive than gold." Let me know if you agree. I agree 110%. Minerd noted benefits such as portability and ease of transactions with Bitcoin relative to physical bullion. Also, let's note that it's no secret gold is heavily manipulated. JP Morgan Chase just paid a $1 billion fine for manipulating gold prices. And how did they pay for it? By manipulating the gold price. It is what it is. And when asked if any of the Guggenheim funds had made the leap into Bitcoin, Minerd said, "I don't think we are affected yet for any of our mutual funds, though the company would consider allocations if client demand picks up." However, he did reveal smaller private Guggenheim funds have made the leap, quoting him right here. "In some of our private funds, we've already purchased it," talking about Bitcoin. "I recommended it to somebody. If you believe what I said, that it'll go to 400,000 eventually, 2% of your portfolio will be 20% before this is all over." That's right. So why not allocate some of your funds into the king of all crypto, which has way more upside potential than any asset class that exists on planet Earth. Now, part of Minerd's bullishness is rooted in a long-term historical analysis. Earlier in the interview, he noted that we could be entering a golden age and that there have been comparisons made to the 1920s after the Spanish influenza. Now, ultimately, he expects significant retail funds to flow into the markets following the COVID pandemic, a pool of money that may buoy crypto as well. Now, for a quick recap of what I covered with you right here in today's show: Bitcoin meets Sleepy Joe Biden. I shared with you the 5 things to watch for the Bitcoin price this week. And as Michael Van de Pop points out, most likely going to occur at this point is the following: relief rallies all across that altcoin markets, FOMO on altcoins, Bitcoin corrects one more time, altcoins making higher lows and retesting, and Bitcoin grinds up and real altcoins fiesta in the summer. So we're talking about a potential alt season amongst us right now. Also in today's show, as I pointed out, this quote from the Orange Pill podcast, quoting Max Kaiser: "Remember, you don't have to believe what we're saying, not even a single word of it. Just believe in Bitcoin, because unlike any other movement in history, there is no leader with Bitcoin. Usually movements are decimated because the leader is taken out." Touche. Also in today's show, I shared breaking news. Guggenheim CIO Scott Minerd says speculative frenzy to die down, but his $400,000 Bitcoin price target is still on, even though he recently tweeted Bitcoin's parabolic rise is unsustainable in the near term, vulnerable to a setback. The target technical upside of 35K has been exceeded. Time to take some money off the table. But he also just recently shared the $400,000 price I talked about was based off the supply of gold in the world, and crypto in a lot of ways is more attractive than gold. That's a fact. And he goes on to share, in some of our private funds, we've already purchased Bitcoin and recommended it to somebody. If you believe what I said, that it'll go to $400,000 per BTC eventually, then 2% of your portfolio will be 20% before this is all over. That's right. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick before I go, if interested in trading Bitcoin or Ethereum, be sure to check out the Bybit exchange. There's a promo going on right now where you can receive up to $620 in free BTC as a trading bonus by using my link as well as the voucher code in the description right down below. So go ahead and take advantage of it, and let's start stacking those sats. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode